Okay, this is kind of fun. So what we have here is random numbers. It says you have a new block in the math drawer. So there's my drawer, my toolbox. I have drawing, I have math, and it's called random number. If you make your drawing with random number, it will look a little bit different every time that you run your program, and you can learn about the block by hovering over it in the toolbox and choosing See Example. So if we go like this, there's my block. I click See Example. It brings me to this. So it tells me that the category is math. It returns a random number in the closed range from minimum to maximum. And you will find many opportunities in your apps to utilize random numbers. For turtle drawing, you can randomize all the movement functions, the pen, red, green, and blue color, pen thickness, and dot size. Any numeric function parameter with a valid range of values can be randomized. So here's some examples. This is just using the random number generator between the numbers 5, which is the minimum, and 20, which is the maximum. This one's got negative 90, 90, negative 90, 90, negative 90. So this is a random walk. And then this is drawing clouds, as you can see right here. Okay. Syntax is random number, min, max, and then don't forget this. Okay, you want to close that line. So we're going to hit X. All right, run the program several times, see how it works. All right, here's my background, tomato, and then there's my orange ellipse. So hit reset and run. So what we can see is happening here is the ellipse is using random number 0 to 400 for its X. Okay, 200 is set, as well as 50 and 50 for the height and the width. So the only thing that can change in this program is where does the X get drawn. All right, so now we're good. We can click finish. Oh, what do you mean? Oh, change the numbers. Okay. So if we change this to 50, and oops, not 500, but 50, and then this to 200, this is only going to be drawn in this area right here. It will never be drawn on this side of the screen. Okay. All right, so click finish. We're finished with that. Okay, so lesson 6, stage 2, random numbers. Here's how the same sun from here's the same sun from last time. Right now the only x coordinate is random, but you can make the y coordinate random too. It says use the random number for the ellipse's y parameter. So you can do this one of two ways. You could just, if you're like me and you're going to use text, you can just select this. You hit Control C because you don't want to cut it, you want to copy it. You want to hit Control V. Okay. So now, the other thing you could do is if you decided that you wanted to use the blocks, you could just drag out, click on math, and then drag this out. And then you could put it in here because it'll be there too. Like that. It's up to you. All right. So now, because of what I've done, we should be able to click run, and we should be able to get the sun to show up all over the place, in different areas. And we do. Okay. Okay. Click finish. Move on. All right. Now we're on stage 3, variables and random numbers. Variables can be assigned a random number 2. This lets you see a single random value, save a single random value, so that you can use it as many times as you want in your program. It says do this. It says assign a random number to the variable I size. So there's my var I size, and it says 27. So it wants us to do random number. Okay, no problem. We'll take this. We'll drag that out there. Okay, so this is changing it from between 1 and 10, which is kind of not really what I want. So let's make this 20, and we'll go 45. So now when I click run, the I should be different sizes, and they are. We can make this more dramatic though. We can set this to 0 to 45. So tiny, bigger, tiny, really big. And if we did this enough times, we should randomly get no eyes because we do have 0. Okay, that's close enough. So if you don't know how to do this, click the show me how and it will tell you var size, random number, 1 to 10 to 50 is what they chose. Okay, so that's how you can use the math command random number generator inside of a variable. Okay, click finish. All right, stage 4, changing variable values. These two flowers use a single variable to store their petal size, but the value stored in the variable changes in the middle of the program. Do this, run the program several times. Okay, there's our flowers, and you can see the petal sizes. They don't seem to be changing too much, but okay. Discuss the code with your partner. Okay, so here's my variable. There's my variable, it's called petal size. There's my background, it's set to green, and then there's my value that's given to my variable petal size. It's set to 30. Okay, so petal size is being used in both petals, and it's being used for the height and the width. Change the programs so the flowers have random petal sizes as in the image. Okay, so what do we have to do here? So we have petal size. What do we have to do? Oh, I know. We're going to use the random number generator. Okay, so we're going to change this from 10 to 30. Okay, so now let's do this, and we should get different size petals, and we are, although these petal sizes are pathetic. So let's change this up. 70. Okay, there we go. That's better. Okay, that's what we've done. Click finish. Now you have a practice with random numbers. You can either do A, modify the planets, or you can do B, random shape position. It's up to you which one you want to do. Okay, do one of the two. Okay, this is our assessment. It says this program draws a rainbow snake. To make the snake draw differently every time, you'll need to use random numbers. So let's do this. Run the program several times. Okay, there's my 3-piece snake, red, orange, and yellow. Okay. Add at least 3 new different colors to your rainbow snake, and then use random number to make the rest of the snake's body move up and down like the last 3. Okay, guys, this is pretty simple if you think about this. All right. We can use any of these, and we can copy it, right? And then we can paste it. Or we can take all of this, and we can copy it, come down, make a new line of code, and we don't want to use the same colors, so like you can choose whatever colors you want to choose. I'm going to make this one blue. I'm going to make this one green, and I'm going to make this one purple. Okay. So this is where things have to change though. So the X is set to 100 for the red circle, and then 140 for the orange, and then 180 for the yellow. So are we seeing the pattern here? 0, 4, 8. So what should this be? Okay, because if it's 100, it's just going to draw on top of it. So this needs to be what number? What's 180 plus 40? Okay, and then what's 220 plus 40? And then what's 240, or I'm sorry, 260 plus 40? Okay, so now if I hit reset and run, oh my gosh. Now, you don't have to do these colors. You can do any color that you want. It does not have to look like this snake on the right hand side. In fact, mine doesn't, because I picked blue, then green, then purple, where they went with green, then blue, then purple, which is fine. All right, can you make the size of the circles random too? The size. Well, here's my size, okay? So we can do that. Let's create random number. Actually, it might just be easier to do this. Type in random number, okay? And it's going to put it in our min max, all right? Like our space for the min max, I mean. So we'll make it, it's at the 50, so we'll do 25 to 50, okay? Now I want to keep using this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit Control C. I'm going to hit Control V. Now let's see if it works. So this should just affect the red one. So is the red one working? Yes, it is. So if I wanted to, I could hit Control V, Control V, Control V, of course. See, this is one of those things, though, where you could just also do a variable, right? I could go var